everybody, it's JT Sports and at you guys with another video. This video I'm here with my Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. Week 11 NFL preview and prediction. I'm going to be previewing this game and get my prediction on who will win this game. And before I begin, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, upload NFL videos and college football videos daily. Now, in this game, we have the 5-4 Pittsburgh Steelers, who are coming off a win versus the LA Rams last week, and they're going to be on the road in a short week on Thursday Night Football facing their divisional rival, the Cleveland Browns, who are 3-6, coming off a win also versus the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers right now are in the playoff spot right now. They have the 6th seed right now, and they need to win this game if they want to keep their foot on the gas when it comes to playoff positioning, because if they lose this game, then they're going to be going to battle for that last playoff spot with nearly the whole entire AFC South. I mean, you got Tennessee you got to worry about. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars, who still are not out the playoff hunt yet. You still got the Indianapolis Colts in there, although they did lose to the Miami Dolphins this past weekend. So you got nearly the whole entire AFC South right now in that mix for that 6th seed and the playoffs. Then you also can't forget about the Oakland Raiders in there as well. So I mean, Pittsburgh needs to win this game, and if Buffalo slips up this weekend, then Pittsburgh, maybe they can move up a spot or be tied up a spot with Buffalo if they're able to win this game. But Pittsburgh really cannot afford to lose this game, and Cleveland really cannot afford to lose this game because their season is basically on the line. So if Cleveland loses this game, you might as well say their season is over, and try to, I don't even know, man. If Cleveland loses this game, their season is basically over, and they might as well just give up, because they'll be 3-7 if they end up losing this game, and they basically will have a small shot of making it to the playoffs, but basically their season and their playoff hopes will be over. So Cleveland really needs to win this game if they're still trying to make it to the playoffs, and they're 3-6 right now. They come off a win versus Buffalo. I think this is a very favorable matchup for this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. When you look at this Pittsburgh Steelers defense, this is a Steelers defense that's good at getting pressure on the quarterback, and they're also one of the best teams in the NFL and getting turnovers, forcing turnovers and taking the ball away from the opposing team's offense. And you look at the Cleveland Browns offense, that is, when you look at Baker Mayfield, he's a turnover machine. He's top 5 in turnovers per game for quarterbacks. And this is also an offensive line that isn't able to give him solid protection. This has been a mediocre offensive line this season for the Cleveland Browns. So if you're Pittsburgh and you're this defense, this is a very favorable matchup. Pittsburgh forces turnovers and they're able to get pressure on the quarterback. And this is a Cleveland Browns offense that isn't able to take care of the football, and they're not able to protect the quarterback Baker Mayfield consistently. So this is a matchup that favors this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And Cleveland, on the other hand, I mean, they have been unable to really get a lot of things going in the passing game this year, simply for the fact that Baker Mayfield and Freddie Kitchens really haven't been able to get things on the same page compared to where they were last year. So Baker Mayfield, he's been turning the ball over a lot, but a big reason for that is because he hasn't really had a lot of time to sit back there and throw. Cleveland's offensive line was a lot better last year compared to what it was this season so far. So I mean, if Cleveland wants to win this game, then Baker Mayfield is definitely going to have to limit the turnovers, and he's going to have to get some solid protection. But the heart and soul of this Cleveland Browns team has been Nick Chubb. If Cleveland is able to make it to the playoffs, then Nick Chubb definitely is going to be in that MVP discussion, because Nick Chubb has been carrying this Cleveland Browns team on his back, literally, because anytime you have a bad offensive line, a good way that you're able to get over the fact that you have a bad offensive line, or able to hide the weakness of having a bad offensive line, is running the football. And Cleveland has been able to run the football over the last couple of weeks with Nick Chubb. He has been a focal point of the offense. And if you're Pittsburgh, I mean, Pittsburgh is also very good stopping the run as well. So if Pittsburgh is able to stop Nick Chubb, then they're going to have a very good chance to win this game. Now, looking at my keys to victory, what both of these teams will be able to do to win this game, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, then you're going to have to be able to force turnovers, because this is a Pittsburgh Steelers offense that has been struggling over basically a whole entire season. And the way that you help out a team that has a struggling offense is you got to ask your defense to step up and get a lot of stops and also force a lot of turnovers and give the offense extra possessions and good field position so you can help the offense increase their chances of scoring. Now, this is a Pittsburgh Steelers defense that is one of the best teams in the NFL. They're only second behind the New England Patriots in turnovers per game. So, I mean, this is a Pittsburgh Steelers defense. I mean, this is a very disruptive defense. This is one of the best defenses I've seen out of Pittsburgh Steelers in a very, very long time. Imagine if the Pittsburgh Steelers had their 2017 offense with this defense. They'll be undefeated right now. So if Pittsburgh wants to win this game, they're going to have to be able to force turnovers with the way that the offense has been playing over the last couple of weeks. Their offense has been unable to sustain drives and get a lot of offense going and able to put points on the board. So the way to help out this Pittsburgh Steelers offense has been struggling that the Pittsburgh Steelers have been doing over the last couple of weeks is they've been forcing turnovers and they've been giving the offense extra possessions and putting the offense in good field position and helping the offense put up points. So Pittsburgh has to keep doing the same thing they've been doing, asking the defense to step up, create turnovers, and give the ball back to the offense and help the offense better the chances of putting points on the board. And the last thing a second thing that Pittsburgh needs to be able to do is they have to get the run game going. Pittsburgh only had 34 rushing yards versus the Los Angeles Rams last week. Now, this is a favorable matchup. They're going against the Cleveland Browns run defense that's 27th in the NFL in rushing yards per game allowed. The Cleveland Browns are allowed 134 rushing yards per game. And Pittsburgh is expected to get James Conner back for this matchup. I was reading a couple of reports before recording this video, is that Mike Tomlin expects James Conner to be able to play in this game. And if James Conner is able to play in this game, then that's going to help the Pittsburgh Steelers' chances of getting the run game going. James Conner is probably the best pure runner that the Pittsburgh Steelers have on their team. Now, Jalen Samuels, he's not bad, but Jalen Samuels is more of a scat back. He's more of a receiving back, and that's what he's been used in over the last couple of weeks. So getting James Conner back is going to help out this Pittsburgh Steelers and getting this run game going. And this is a Cleveland Browns team that's 27th in the NFL and run defense. So if they're able to get the run game going, I think that's going to be another way that Pittsburgh is going to be able to win this game and get their offense back on track. And the last thing Pittsburgh has to be able to do to win this game is they have to stop Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is the heart and soul of this Cleveland Browns offense. If Nick Chubb is going, then this Cleveland Browns offense is going. And if they're able to stop Nick Chubb, then you force the Cleveland Browns to play to the Pittsburgh Steelers' strength of their defense, which is their ability to stop the pass. You got T.J. Watt and you got Cam Hayward, and you also got Bud Dupree, who has been pretty productive this year as well. So, I mean, this is a Pittsburgh Steelers defense that's very good. I think the strength of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is their ability to stop the pass with how good their secondary has been playing ever since they made the trade for Minka Fitzpatrick. Minka Fitzpatrick, in my opinion, is the defensive player of the year. So if you're the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers are able to stop Nick Chubb, then you force Cleveland to pass the football for turnover-prone quarterback and Baker Mayfield in a weak offensive line. So I think if Pittsburgh is able to stop Nick Chubb and they're able to force the Cleveland Browns to win a game throwing the football through the air, then I think Pittsburgh has a very good chance of winning this game. Now, what Cleveland has to be able to do to win this game is they have to be able to protect Baker Mayfield. If Cleveland isn't able to protect Baker Mayfield, because obviously Pittsburgh is going to key in on the run, they're going to key in on Nick Chubb, and they're going to try to stop the run, and they're going to force Cleveland to beat them through the air. So if that happens, then Cleveland's going to have to be able to protect Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield hasn't really had a lot of time to sit back there and throw because his offensive line hasn't really been that good this year. And if they're able to protect Baker Mayfield, then they're going to be able to get the ball out to guys like Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. And the last thing Cleveland has to be able to do to win this game is they have to limit turnovers. I mean, this is a Cleveland Browns team that turns the ball over a lot. And a big part of that is because of Baker Mayfield's inability to protect the football. Baker Mayfield has been a turnover machine this year. So if Cleveland wants to win this game, they're going to have to limit the turnovers, because a way that this Pittsburgh Steelers defense gets going is by forcing turnovers. And not only do you give the defense a momentum boost, but you also help out this offense. And the way that you don't help out the struggling offense, if you're the Cleveland Browns, is by forcing Pittsburgh to take advantage of all the possessions that they get, not giving the Pittsburgh Steelers extra possessions and getting them easy points and things like that. So if you're Cleveland, you definitely want to limit the turnovers, because the turnovers are a big reason why the Pittsburgh Steelers have been going on the win streak and why they've been one of the hottest teams in all of football so far. So the team that I'm going with to win this game, I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game. I think Pittsburgh wins this game 24-14 is my final score prediction. I just don't see Cleveland's offense doing a lot in this game, simply for the fact that this Pittsburgh Steelers defense is basically better than this Cleveland Browns offense. When you look at this Cleveland Browns offensive line, they're not good at protecting the quarterback, and also Baker Mayfield is a turnover machine, and that's two of the best things that this Pittsburgh Steelers defense does best, is getting after the quarterback and forcing turnovers. So I think that's a mismatch on the defense side of the ball, and that's a big reason why I'm taking this Pittsburgh Steelers team to win the game. And also they're getting James Conner back on the offensive side of the ball. James Conner has probably been their offensive MVP for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. He's been the best player on the offense so season before he went down with that injury. So they're getting him back as well. So that's going to be able to help out that offense and help in that rushing attack. And Cleveland isn't good stop the run. So that's why I'm taking Pittsburgh to win this game. So let me know who you guys think ends up winning this game down in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and college football videos. And thanks for watching.